What this comes down to is that this is just plainly wrong. Really, this is about accountability and whether or not we can, in fact, hold the government to account for the illegal types of surveillance. This case actually originated from a series of incidents that really came to the fore for a community in Orange County, California, particularly Muslim communities across mosques, who began noticing sort of some suspicious behavior on the part of one particular individual who turned out to be an informant that the FBI had placed across mosques and other community centers in Orange County. So interestingly enough, when the community sort of became aware of this pattern, a particular community leader was, contacted, and that community leader actually then contacted the FBI itself about the fact that, hey, there's this presence of an individual who is going around asking these sort of odd questions that our community members are extremely uncomfortable with. If the court really rules in favor of the government, then effectively that issues a carte blanche, right, to the government to be able to conduct this type of surveillance. So it's really an important case, not just for the communities that were impacted, but frankly for all communities across the United States as we continue to sort of head toward an expansive sort of policing future if we haven't already. State secrets is a doctrine that has allowed the government to be able to say to a court, look, because there's certain evidence in this case that if divulged, then we will harm national security, or we will harm the way that government works, or this involves evidence that implicates some sort of important policing objective, and therefore we can't continue with this case. And that's something that is really unjust, right? I mean, what other way do we have to be able to hold the government accountable? There's a vast history here of surveillance of all sorts of communities, of course, right? I mean, the government has sort of weaponized the narrative to often say, look, these people are sort of the ideology that they hold, or the religion that they practice, or the ideas that they have are dangerous, are inherently dangerous to American government, to American society, and so they should be subject to this surveillance. What has been a consistent pattern, whether that's before 9/11 or after 9/11, is that none of this type of surveillance really ever uncovered any type of illegal activity. We know it wasn't effective, but really what this comes down to is that this is just plainly wrong. Legally speaking, and also morally speaking, communities were targeted simply because of their expression, right? Whether it was religious expression or sort of their political beliefs. If the congregants and the imam know or feel that their congregations are perhaps riddled with informants, that really has such a huge chilling impact. And frankly, it has had a chilling impact on the way that Muslims, and particularly young Muslims in this country, have practiced their religion, have often distanced themselves from mosque spaces. And what that ends up doing is it's sort of assimilationism, right? I mean, it causes a type of dilution of your own identity, and the saliency of your own expression becomes muted. You just don't want to be who you are, and future generations then lose that in the process. So it has huge implications, I think, in terms of American identity and American society in the future.